You're on.
Good morning! Oh, crap. It was like smacked me in the face. I usually get a countdown, but Addie's not here.
I said in 3, 2, mics are on.
Well, we have a very special guest in studio. We will get to that in just a second. But Sonny's, good morning, and welcome to the wildly electric, heart-filled, headline-grabbing episode of Sunny TV, where St. Augustine meets big stories, bigger laughs, and even bigger love for this beautiful community. Today's show is stacked, baby. We've got powerful conversations, ridiculous headlines, magical events, and the kind of moments that make you laugh, think, and maybe even cry a little along the way. We're talking justice, second chances, chaos in cast irons, mermaids with opinions, surprise money falling out of the sky. I'm ready for that, right?
Yes.
But before we get into all that and unpack this and the TLDR, let's get over to the queen of the Sunny Snack scene. Mel, what's on the Sunny Sundial today?
Well, today is huge. We're sitting down with Sheriff Rob Hardwick for his first ever Sunny TV interview, and we're talking about the re-entry program, which, guys, I think is one of the most amazing things they've done, and St. Johns County Fight Night.
Yeah.
He also, you will find out that he also, there may be a chance that Mel may be doing a ride-along.
So
Him maneuvers are us with Mel.
I think that'll be great. That'll be fun. I'll be filming on the sidelines. Listen, we also have a story. I can't wait to share this with you, Mel. Is a skillet showdown in Satsuma where a money argument turned into a Food Network felony edition. Yeah, I can't wait for that story.
I hate when people abuse food. Plus, we've got a real-life mermaid who refused to leave a pond, and a whole lot of chaos that proves Florida is not only okay, but we love it anyway.
Yeah. And just when you think you can't get any better, people finding money that they didn't even know that they had, thanks to a great Iowa treasure hunt. I'm ready for that story, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, we're also bringing you 2 absolutely gorgeous events. The Jacksonville Boat Show for all your salty air, fun, shiny thing, yacht, dreaming energy, and a Midsummer Night's Dream by the South Carolina Ballet right here in St. Augustine.
Yeah, that's coming up. We're gonna talk about that. Also, I've got a sunshine shenanigan today that we don't want to miss, and I think you've got snack report coming up.
Yeah, I do, and it's absolutely going to be completely unhinged per usual.
My God! So grab your coffee, grab a pot holder because it's getting hot in here.
Wait, it's someone special's birthday today.
Yes, it is.
Mark Bailey.
Happy birthday, Mark
to
Bailey.
you.
Yes, let's get over to the Bailey Group and wish Mark Bailey a very happy 50th.
37th.
Love it.
Be ready for anything with the Bailey Group, an NFP company. Life is full of unexpected moments. Whether it's securing your family's future, protecting your business, or planning for individual wealth, the Bailey Group is here to guide you every single step of the way. Since 1954, the Bailey Group has been a trusted cornerstone of the St. Augustine community. Under the leadership of President Mark Bailey, they've grown from a local agency into a nationally recognized firm, offering tailored solutions for individuals, families, and businesses, with a focus on individual health and life insurance, Medicare solutions, group insurance, and property and casualty commercial coverage. The Bailey Group combines cutting-edge technology, strategic partnerships, and personalized service to deliver the peace of mind you deserve. Give them a call today, 904-461-1800.
Hi, I'm Steve Chapman, owner of All American Air Conditioning and Heating. For over 40 years, we've been serving St. Augustine and the surrounding areas. We're the largest HVAC dealer in St. Johns County, providing high-quality service and products. With courteous technicians responding to your HVAC needs, our expertise will give you confidence in your investment. Family-owned All American Air Conditioning, voted Best of St. Augustine for more than 20 years running.
So before we get into the weather, let's recap a little bit. We had a very extraordinary
We did.
St. Augustine film festival that we went to.
We did. Well, first we did a tasting tour on Friday.
Right, good call.
With
Yeah.
Captain Mayhem.
That's right. That was so
He
fun.
did great, you guys. You got to take the tour with Captain Mayhem.
Remember we interviewed Molly? Mm-hmm. She gave us the tallow.
Oh my God, you guys, this stuff is like pure magic
It
in a
is
jar.
absolutely pure magic in a jar.
I couldn't stop smelling
am
it.
today years old about the tallow culture, but I'm all in. Like
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. So yeah, that was super fun. Then I went to Jimmy Jam on Saturday. Very cool. The dog show, the canine agility show
They
was
got
awesome.
Frisbees. They're catching those guys.
I loved the lumberjack show too because I got footage of one of the young lady throwing the axe on the bullseye. So fun. We saw Spencer. Spencer did great. He got third people's choice.
Spencer.
So excited for Spencer because when I walked up to see Spencer, he was having a meltdown. I'm not going to lie because his chicken was too smoky. And I was like, listen, is this your first competition? He's like, no.
You're a champion, Spencer.
I said, you're a champion, Spencer. I said, you know how to get through this, right? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, so fix up that chicken. And sure enough, look at that. It was extra smoked and we loved it just like that, right?
Spencer, you're the best.
So then we went to the St. Augustine Film Festival. We saw Ben McKenzie's
From the
film.
OC, California.
He was very cool. We got to talk to him all about
His
Sunny.
shirt was wrinkled.
His shirt was a little wrinkled.
I turned around and I'm like, he's kind of short. And why is his shirt wrinkled? David's like, because the TV makes everyone look bigger.
Yeah.
He's not. He was probably about maybe eye level with me.
Yeah.
And I had like heeled boots
I
on.
would say like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, not very tall.
But it was like we
Very
talked. We
nice.
talked about Sunny. He was nice. He was beige.
Probably tired of people touching him.
No, I mean he touched us.
Yep.
He did in the picture. He put his hand on
Hand
the
on
small
our back,
part of my back,
hugged
which
us.
made me feel so secure.
He mushed us up.
So we got his book,
Yes.
Easy Money, and then he signed it. And
I'll tell you.
we're gonna low-key, we're gonna give this to Ashim. We did say that for
Well, now
Ashim.
she knows.
Yeah, well, that's
not surprised.
You already told
I already
her.
told her.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you guys, his movie, it was pretty entertaining. You get to see like him and his wife with the kids and the nonsense they deal with on that daily basis. And his wife is so funny because in a part of the movie they're talking about how Ethan Hawke is on the cryptocurrency commercial, and she goes, "What, are you jealous because he's more famous than you?" And you see him on his phone. He goes, "He's only 5'7" and I'm 5'8". It's
That's
so
it. Yeah,
funny.
that was funny.
But
Yeah.
he said his kids were at the hotel swimming in the pool.
The movie was great. I think he did an excellent
He
job with
did.
that movie. Honestly, that was my favorite movie of all of the whole weekend. He added humor to it because you think of the topic of Bitcoin, sounds really boring.
I don't want Bitcoins.
Oh, honey, I am never,
I'm not
ever
doing the
touching. I'm too
Bitcoins.
broke anyway to go to Bitcoin. So.
But I just, it's like AI. That stuff freaks me out, man.
All right, let's get into the local music
All
report
right.
to make you proud.
Wait, my weather.
Oh, hurry up.
It's cold outside.
Perfect.
There's the weather.
Local music report to make you proud on this Monday, January 12th. It's a little chilly outside. We got Jim Lamb at the Milltop Tavern. There he is, Mel, back at his residency.
Oh, yay, good. I was worried.
He'll be also with Scott Halls at noon at the Milltop Tavern. Richard Konsicki at Cafe Alcazar. What time?
12:09.
Okay, that means you're going to get some good seats because he's
Yeah.
starting at 12:15. Joshua Tennessee Worthy, if you're worthy to see him at Milltop Tavern, he'll be at noon 30. Muddy Marshall at Bin 39 Wine Bar at 2 o'clock. Kevin Edwards, Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5. Sam Passetti, Prohibition Kitchen at 6 o'clock p.m. Sam is such a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Bob Patterson, O.C. White's Restaurant, 6 o'clock. Bad boy Bob Patterson. Stu Weaver, Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill, 6 o'clock. Joe Downing, Salt Life Food Shack at 6. And our local STD, Johnson Burns, Trade Winds Lounge at 9. It does burn.
Wait, we have to talk about where we went to get a bite to eat before the film festival. Guys, the Drunken Horse. If you have never been, I have never been.
We had such a blast.
Oh, my God.
Bread and cheese is just
Oh my God,
life.
the fondue was so good, and it was
So
like
good.
piping hot, which is perfect. I tried escargot for the first time in this like pesto.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, like the staff was super friendly. It's kind of small inside, but I want to go back because I was looking at the menu. They have this risotto.
Yeah, we want to do the risotto
So
next
Drunken
time.
Horse, guys, do it.
So such a special space, and we have some great expectations.
People are looking for a company, I want people to have great expectations. We are a small family-owned brokerage. What that means is you get really personalized service and everything is very hands-on. You're not just getting tossed onto the MLS and crossing our fingers. We're very aggressive with our marketing. We're excellent with communication. We have a lot of amazing relationships in the community, so you're getting the advantages of all of those things.
Oh my God.
All right, so hopefully everybody's getting tickets for Jimmy Jam this weekend. Really excited because every time you purchase a ticket, what happens, Mel?
Oh, what happens is percentage goes to tail waggers.
$5.
$5 make those dogs holla.
Go. Going to be getting that interview. Sorry, we had the wrong button loaded. So Sheriff Hardwick, do you mind holding on for just a second? I'm gonna get in some events real quick while she fixes that. Listen, the Jacksonville Boat Show is coming to town. So, Sonnies, if your soul craves salt air, shiny things, and a little one day, this will be mine energy, you know how you can't? Okay. All right. Well, then we will get to that momentarily. How about, Mel, you take over for some events real quick, and I can go and take a look at that. All right, so talk about Jacksonville Boat Show.
All right, so here we go. All right, so the Jacksonville Boat Show. If your soul craves the salt air, shiny things, and a little one day at a time energy, we might have your weekends ready. The 78th annual boat show is sailing into town January 23rd through the 25th at the Prime Osborne Convention Center in Jacksonville. So that's a Northeast Florida tradition, and it's been bringing the boating community together since 1947. The generations of captains, cruisers, fishermen, and dreamers all under one roof. That's nearly 8 decades of boats, big ideas, and saltwater fantasies. Sonnies, from fishing boats to luxury yachts, this is where you go to shop, swoon, and start planning your next great adventure. You'll find new boats, marine gear, and experts who will help you figure out everything from your franchise to your next upgrade. So mark it down. The boat show is on January 23rd through January 25th. And it's at the Prime Osborne Convention Center in Jacksonville. The 78th annual boat show is ready to make some waves. All right, so event number 2, if you like the ballet, A Midsummer's Night Dream is coming to St. Augustine. It's one pure enchantment on Saturday, January 24th at 7:30 p.m. The South Carolina Ballet is bringing A Midsummer's Night Dream to the Lewis Auditorium at Flagler College. Hosted by the incredible Emma Concerts Association, and yes, it's the kind of night that makes you feel like you stepped into a storybook. This is a special production celebrating 200th anniversary of Felix, I cannot pronounce his last name, iconic score. So, that's on January 24th at 7:30 p.m.
Oh my goodness, we love Jenna from Great Expectations. Hey guys, today we're welcoming someone who doesn't just serve our community, he shows up for it. Sheriff Rob Hardwick leads with accountability, compassion, and a deep belief that public safety works best when people feel seen, supported, and protected. I am so honored, and you guys know this, I'm so honored to have my buddy, Sheriff Rob Hardwick, to the show. Welcome to Sunny TV.
Yes, you're too kind, and so good to be on your show. Excited for you.
Yes.
And, you know, Kendall and I just elated what's going on with you and what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Excited to be here this morning.
The best was when he walked in, David and I both said, "Good morning."
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if you guys were live. I was like, "Am I quiet or what are we doing here?"
And he
Okay,
said
be
that
quiet.
was the best welcome ever.
I know.
Yes,
So good.
it is.
So talk a little bit about how you got into law enforcement and what inspired, did you have a dream to be sheriff one day?
No, I'm not that kid. And matter of fact, you know, I was trying to figure out life when I was a young boy. You know, my mom and dad went through a divorce, and of course, I was in a Catholic school here in St. Johns County, and just trying to figure it out. And honestly, I needed that structure in my life. And most people don't know this, but I got in trouble, of course, well, more than once, but I actually got caught in trouble. But at 18 years old, I was arrested for possession of alcohol by a minor and possession of clove cigarettes. Remember the old clove
Oh
cigarettes?
my gosh.
Oh, yes, yes. By the St. Augustine Beach Police Department.
Oh, okay.
yes,
Was
yes,
it Travis?
Full circle, right? Full circle.
Who arrested you? We
Full
can
circle.
get, yeah, we'll get
I
it.
don't want to say Officer Russo's name, but he no longer works there. But anyways, just you know, one of those things in life, like I got to figure it out, and I got to get out of here, and I had to get direction. And if I were to name off a bunch of names of people that I was hanging with, all great people, but most of them ended up in prison, just to be honest with you.
Oh,
So
no.
again, just had to make some good decisions in life, and that was honestly where kind of God stepped in and said, okay, you want to go ahead and test me, this is where it's going to be. And because of that, of course, the judge did not throw it out. Judge Watson did not. I was sentenced to basically some community control, some fines and stuff like that. My dad did not come and get me. I had to do it on my own, but I was 18. I mean, I'm an adult. I made a stupid mistake, made an adult mistake. And
You gotta learn, yeah.
You got to learn. So the judge made a heck of a deal with me because at the time I was in the Florida National Guard, and he said, "You join the active duty military and get out of town, and I won't see you again," type of thing. And that's the best thing that happened to me. I packed up and literally signed a contract, and I moved out of here and went and served the military in the United States Army at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So when I came home, I just, of course, my beautiful wife Kendall and I, we had seen each other, through sophomore year of high school, and we just kept connecting and then doing our thing and connecting back again. And then after my Gulf War tour with 82nd Airborne Division, I came home and we had reconnected via, back then the snail mail, basically writing letters, 15-day turnaround. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then I would call her whenever we had a phone tree out there somewhere in the desert. I would call her and came back home, and we had our first baby boy, Cole, at Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Oh, amazing.
And then had, of course, we got married. We've been married 34 years. But that's where I really knew that structure, because they tell you what to wear, what time, what you're going to eat. It's simple in life. And I felt like that's what made me a better person. So, again, that kind of set the tone of what I wanted to do. And this is, again, very paramilitary, law enforcement. My uncle was a state trooper in Maine, so I had seen the uniform. My oldest brother, that was surviving oldest brother, was serving in the Coast Guard. So I had seen that uniform. I'm like, okay, this is where I think I can be in life and be able to be productive and give back. And that's exactly what happened. So long story short, I came home after my tour in Fort Bragg, North Carolina with 18th Airborne Corps. And Kendall and I came home with our first son and got a job with the prison system. And that's the only one that would really take me, because I didn't have a lot of experience,
Right.
infantry soldier, communications soldier, paratrooper, not a lot of jobs in the
Paratrooper.
A lot of
That
jobs in
is cool.
society that check those boxes, though.
Right.
Like bungee jumper, or like flying out of
On
an airplane.
steroids.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah,
on steroids.
paratroopers are no joke, man.
So came home and got a job with the prison system. Hated it. I worked at Tomoka Correctional Institution, and I think this is what we can talk about also too, is what actually, what in your mind actually said we're going to do something different than what's currently in society with prison systems. Well, I watched the prison system, and I was a kid. I was a paratrooper. I was full of life and drinking a lot, because that was our lifestyle. Not Kendall and I, but the military lifestyle back then.
Oh, not Kendall. She's a saint.
She keeps you
Love
good.
that lady.
That girl. I don't know.
She is the perfect panda.
I ask her to this day, 34 years later, Mary's like, okay, why me? She's like, why do you ask? I'm like, I physically asked her this morning. I was like, what's up with
She
me?
had to keep you in line.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, she's the one.
And you give her life, which is great.
Yes, it's a bigger picture, as you know, Davey. You know us very well, and it's a special relationship that we have. And you got to be special married to this, because I've always given my life to work. And work has always been my priority to this day, and she's been that woman that stood by me through a lot of dark times in our life. When I've been in the valleys of the world and the peaks of the earth too as well. But anyway, so kind of came out home and had that uniform, wearing it again to prison. I hated it there. Ended up getting a job with Flagler County Sheriff's Office in corrections.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and then eventually came home here. Kendall's brother worked at St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, so I couldn't work there. It depended on what the flavor of the day was over there. Nepotism today, tomorrow the good old boy
Correct.
system.
Yeah.
Nepotism,
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. But best thing that happened was they didn't hire me, so I went to St. Augustine City. Just a phenomenal career there, under Bill Robinson was our chief, and then David Shore. And I just had some great opportunities, and just figured that's where my calling in life was. So I stayed in the military on the reserve side or the National Guard side after my active duty tour, and finished out with 25 years of service, and I'm on 31 years in law enforcement today. So just
Wow.
blessed.
When listening to that story, you lead with an empathetic heart, which is amazing, because it's like when you get incarcerated, I see a lot of positivity that happens for people when they get out, too. You're not just like, you just throw them on the street. I'd really love to get into the conversation of this re-entry program that
Yeah.
you've spearheaded.
First of all, it's a bigger picture than, why I sit here today and why we do the things we do. I was that young, ignorant cop that wore this badge and wore that gun for the city of St. Augustine back in the 90s when we were fighting this war on drugs, for God's sakes. And what does that mean? I don't know. But
The DARE program.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know
I
what
missed the DARE program.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Okay,
because
good.
we're going to do something different in that. We got to go back now and attack that younger age. And it's
Yeah.
the perfect timing, by the way, because they're weak. And I'd say that.
I completely
Agree.
agree
You
with you.
understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So, with this being said, everybody went to jail. It was like, what do we do? I didn't know back then what I know now, but we were so ignorant, everybody went to jail, whether you had a mental health issue, whether you had a substance abuse issue, or whether you had this little tiny thing called a crack cocaine piece of rock, little tiny thing, and you
Yeah.
got a felony the rest of your life. And I told myself, and I never thought I would be anywhere, just a young, dedicated police officer that loved the mission and was never disrespectful to people, never used excessive force. I always did the right thing all the time when no one's looking. I believe so. Anyways, fast forward, and I said, if I ever get somewhere in life, I'm going to make that change. And here I am today on my 6 years as your sheriff. And We came in here, and you find the right people. You mentioned people like Michael Clark and William Jones, but I came in here, and they had a reentry program going. Check in the box, right? Okay, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And then I physically told my staff, I said, we're going to do something that no one is doing in this country. What does that mean, Sheriff? I don't know. It comes to me here. I can't write it down. I don't read books. You will see it when it happens. Well, the first thing was we had to invest in that jail. It smelled, it was dirty, and it was loud, and there was a lot of internal affairs complaints in there. You walk in my jail today, and I'm going to challenge you. Please come for a walk with me. It smells clean. It's quiet as a mouse. And I have retention. I have recruitment. And then the biggest thing is this. We have a very robust reentry, pre-entry, outreach, substance abuse, mental health, VA court. And I talked at a human trafficking seminar last night up at the Link in Nocatee.
Oh, yeah,
Late last night with Raghu. He's the owner there. And I mentioned the same thing I mentioned to you now. When you give somebody direction like Sergeant Michael Clark, who just has the rank of sergeant and doesn't have all these stars on him, and you give him direction, you give him the personnel, and you say, go forward, and this is what we're going to do, and he gets it.
Yeah.
Fast forward now to 6 years as your sheriff. The other day, 2 years ago, I walked down St. George Street. I came out of the Cathedral Basilica with my beautiful wife, and we're holding the hands. We walked down St. George Street after 7 o'clock Mass. I'm like, it's littered with homeless people, dirt and trash everywhere, homeless people, drug use, sex abuse and use. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So we started this outreach program. Sergeant Brittany Garman with the city, phenomenal.
Oh my God, she's
Yeah.
amazing.
Rock star.
I love her.
Her and Sergeant Michael Clark, teamed up together. We got with Karen Zander and Len Weeks. They opened a not-for-profit with the St. Augustine Business Coalition, started putting money in there because it's affecting their businesses.
True.
Next thing you know, 2 years, almost to this month, our team has relocated, reunified 520 homeless people in 2 years, 24 months.
Absolutely.
But this is what we're not doing. I always laugh and go, this isn't the DeSantis plane to Martha's Vineyard. No. We find out, how did you end up here? Most people end up here with hard times in their life. We've been there. If you haven't been there, you haven't lived life. I have.
Yeah.
So I simply say that you've all been in that trough of life and no one helped you get out. So anyway, we help you get back to where you came from. Out of 500 plus people that are being reunified in our homeless outreach program, we think 6 to 10 have returned in 2 years.
Yeah.
The rest are back on their feet. They send us text messages. They send us letters of thank you. They're on their medication for mental health. They're off their substance use and abuse. They're with a family or loved ones that protect them. We have found homes for people as far away as Canada, Mexico, California, Alaska, 500 people. So we're doing great things, Davey, and we're always, we're on another mission last week, because the sheriff drives through town. I'm Davey, I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
And I try to be, present as much as I can, but I'm driving down right in front of the library, right here in Ponce. There's a homeless camp right there with blue tarps. How do you miss it? I reached out to Sergeant Michael Clark. He took his whole team there. He brings resources. I don't know. I feel like we're in a better place than what we're at now. And the big thing is managing inmate population in our jail. We can hold 700 plus on a rainy day. I don't ever want to be there, but as a young police officer, ignorant police officer back in the 90s, we were in the 600s. We were at 394 this morning.
Get out. That's
And
amazing.
I think we're very professionally aggressive. We don't
Absolutely.
tolerate garbage in St. Johns County as far
No.
as crime goes.
Best pit maneuver in the country,
Oh,
if you ask
yeah.
me. Honey,
Tell the
that's
truth.
amazing. Woo!
I know.
I know. I had to laugh. There's so much that
I want to do a pit maneuver every day.
I'm telling. Anytime you want to come for a ride
Can I
along.
do it?
Anytime
Literally,
you want to
you
come.
have my permission to have her wear a
Come
helmet.
on, you heard it here. Pit maneuver right along. So
the chances of it not happening on my shift, our patrol deputy sheriffs are very slim to none. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
tolerate that garbage in St.
Yeah.
John's
No.
County. Yeah.
Well,
Well-
we just had Joey Romer on a couple of weeks
Oh my
ago.
God.
My God, think about a
Amazing.
magnet.
I
My
mean,
God.
he's amazing.
That
He
guy.
is. We've known each other since I was a young boy, man. The guy's got
I
a
love
gift
that
from
dude.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I worked for Epic. I was a community outreach coordinator. I did a couple events and stuff, but I got to go with our one of our teams that works with your reentry program.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I got to go to a resource fair in the reentry side of the jail.
Inside. Yeah.
And I got to work with Officer Milton, and I think the other guy's name was Officer Clark.
Yep, Mike
I
Clark.
want to
Mike
say.
Clark,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes. And I'll tell you what, I was kind of nervous because the closest I've been to jail is the parking lot. Like I've never,
That's
shocker.
as much as she pops her mouth
Shocker,
off,
right?
you'd be shocked. Yes.
So I'm like with Brittany Cassis and Sarah Tomlinson and Rebecca, and I'm standing there and I'm like, guys, what? I'm in jail. They're like, Mel, you're not like really in jail.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, when the inmates come through, they knew our staff. They were sitting down with them. How's it going? And it just shows the relationship that Epic
It
has
is.
with the jail and
Yep.
with your staff
Yeah.
because it was amazing. And they were grabbing resources and everything. And
Yeah.
There were so many organizations at
Yeah.
the reentry fair.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So does it help with people like doing the same crime again? Like, did you see that over
Rate
and
of
over again?
recidivism is what it's
That's
called,
it.
David.
Thank you, Boo.
Yes. So our recidivism in St. Johns County has dropped by 10%. You can't think of this.
That's
But
awesome. That's huge.
Here's what's so ignorance in leadership is, other sheriffs, call me hug a thug, and is that what you're spending your time and resources on? And by the way, to change that culture,
Hug a thug.
Oh,
That's
my
a
goodness
T-shirt,
gracious.
You
man.
should take that. You
we
should
need
take
to
that
sell
with
that
pride.
as a T-shirt. That's a good
It's-
fundraiser for PAL.
I think about that, because anybody could be in a dark spot in their life. And
They're
you-
human
when-
still.
when
They're
you
human
wa-
beings.
You're human beings. But when you walk in my jail, 95%, let's just say it's 400 for easy math, but 95% of my population today are simply people that made mistakes in life, whether it's survivability, whether it's a bad day, it's narcotics use, substance abuse, mental health, or just one of those things where you and your other half get up and it's just not a good day and things get physical. And I'm not saying I've ever been there because I haven't. I don't have that mindset because she's my best friend. I mean, she's like everything I have in life. But I can't judge the people that walk in different shoes. So 95% of my population are just simply human beings just like you and me that made a mistake in life,
Yeah.
got caught.
Absolutely.
How many times when I used to drink, did I drive home impaired when I was in the United States military? Alcohol use and abuse and drug use and abuse and
Yeah.
prostitution. That's a military lifestyle. And how many times did you have that person just watching over you? You made it home again and again and again. So I simply tell you that you got to get back and you got to humble yourself in
They
life.
just didn't get caught.
I'm telling you, that's it. And I say it out loud. You just didn't get caught.
Yep.
You didn't get caught. So the other 5% of my population, they're just people that make, heinous and atrocious things, sexual battery, homicide, robbery. Those are things, unfortunately, you got to pay your penance to a higher power. But again, 95%, you walk in my jail, it's quiet, it's respectful. Do we have some people that are in there, that are loud? Yeah. But who knows? They could be detoxing. They could be coming off, methadone. They could be coming off of something in life, a crisis in life. You know. On the way to my speaking engagement last night at the Link, and it was a late engagement, but Kendall and I were on our way there, and a car just flies by me on US 1 by Palencia,
Dopey.
almost 90 miles an hour in that
Yeah.
zone. I pulled him over, young African American male there, and I come to the window and I see a young man. He said, "Sure." He said, "My brother just got shot in Jackson."
Oh,
As you
geez.
saw in the news, there was quite a few shootings over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I said, "Listen, kid, just calm down for me." I said, "First of all, you're a super speeder. Technically, I should be taking you to jail." He's like, "I'm on the phone with my mom." He goes, "Mom, I'm right here." Well, I go back to my car. I said, "You hang tight here as long as your license is valid and you're straight." I said, "I'm going to go back to my car. I'm going to cut you one hell of a break. But you getting to a hospital for your family and getting in a car crash, you just poured salt on the wound of your
Yeah.
brother."
Yeah, saving
So-
what, 5 minutes? Like, yeah,
by far.
Right.
So then I see two African American males walking, females walking from that race. I think it's a racetrack right at the corner of Palencia, IGP, and US 1. And they walked over to me and they're like, "Officer," I was like, "Just hang tight one second. Walk up to the car, get out of the wind, get in the car. He's gonna be fine." I said. So I get in the car. It's his mother. I said, "Listen, you guys are going to Jackson. I want to pray for you." I said, "But you got to slow down because you getting in a car crash with your mother and your other family member in the car does
Not
not
gonna be
solve the
helpful.
issue you're going to deal with." So little things in life, man. You got to put yourself and you got to humble yourself and think, "Hey, I've been in those situations before." So,
Yeah.
doing things different.
Speaking of situations, I think e-bikes are a major
Oh, these
situation.
freaking
E-bikes.
e-bikes,
How are
Sheriff.
you dealing with this, buddy? I know this is not an easy topic because there's a lot of people passionate about them, right?
I talked to Rep Kendall, just the other day because she took the lead on this with me just last year when we decided that we were going to go ahead and draft a bill. And then some other representatives got, of course, involved in it. And now it's actually drafted out of Brendan Benedoc out of Naples, Florida, which I'm fine with. But, and again, I'm just going to call out my brothers and sisters, of course, that do this job across this country, especially in Florida. Go, can you look at a 30,000-foot view and quit thinking about yourself? So the e-bike stuff, we took one heck of a campaign last year, because we had blood on our hands going into the summertime, if you remember, after school with numerous kids that were hurt. But we could validate and verify it wasn't the other people's fault. It was these kids' fault for basically just being reckless on these, these e-bikes that go upwards of 20, 30, upwards of, even these e-motos upwards of 60, 70 miles
Scary,
an hour.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
scary. So, last year we really went into the summertime with the campaign. The school district was phenomenal, as they were, flip-flopping to a new superintendent, to, Dr. Asplin. We mandated basically they have a message board. I'm drawing a blank on what it is, but basically it's a message board that goes out to all the parents for the 51,000
Is it
students.
Schoology?
You're close. but
Something
that's
like
not
that.
it. It's
Yeah.
like a flower name or something.
It is. It'll
Peach
come to
jar.
me. Yeah, that's it.
It's the little
Hey.
newsletter.
Beach jar.
You
It
got it.
is. That's the
So-
only way to get information out to everybody
They
in the
did,
MS.
and
yeah.
they did such a good job because they allowed us to put a lot of information on the summertime, and then we took one heck of a proactive campaign to not necessarily enforce, but to educate first. So over the summertime, we had our traffic unit up there, we had our task force units up there, We had our patrol deputies up there with these little, basically laminated cards trying to educate the kids. But then also, too, if we have a kid that's being reckless or disrespectful, call the parent and say, hey, you come get your kid, and we're going to educate you just a tad bit. And then we went into the school year. Of course, this school year we're sitting in now in August, and the superintendent and his staff, Paul Abatinozzi, allowed us to do a 45-minute mandatory all middle school students, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, an e-bike safety course.
Great.
And it was taught by the youth resource deputy in those schools. So now we got some rapport going. We got that face-to-face. Every student was mandated to do it in the first quarter of school. We got that done. And then, of course, we were drafting bills and trying to see what we were going to do as far as moving forward. I'll be honest with you. If everybody just would have, meaning the sheriffs and police chiefs, said, hey, let the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, let one agency take the lead. I'm looking at 30,000-foot view. How do they do it in Naples? We did this. You remember this. We did it with the golf cart bill.
I remember
We
this.
changed the golf cart statute.
Yep.
Yes.
The rest of the sheriffs and chiefs said, hey, Sheriff, if you'll just consider what's going on in our community, great. And we got it passed and changed Florida State statute on the golf carts.
Do you see e-bikes rolling into the golf cart, kind of like what you got passed? Can
So-
that be included in there?
I'm not real happy with the current bill, the way it's written right now. And again, the state rep has been phenomenal. The senators have been phenomenal. I've met with them and talked to them, but I'm just not real happy with the way it's actually written because too many of us leaders got their paws in this thing, and now
Yeah.
it's all convoluted
Muddied,
about
yeah.
this is how you want to do it in my jurisdiction. Well,
Yeah.
look
It
at
might not work for our jurisdiction.
Yeah, you got to look at it. We're changing
Very
state
different.
law. So what I really want to do is I want to take that e-bike statute, take it out of the bicycle statute. It's not a bicycle.
It's not.
And take it out on its own. It's got, class 1, 2, and 3 in there. E-moto is a different beast. E-moto is basically that motocross bike you all have seen, and the kids wear motocross helmet.
Yeah.
Looks like a motocross bike. It's got upwards of 240 watts on the thing. I'm sorry, 700 watts on the thing. Almost like a 250cc motocross bike.
Yeah.
We took a
Jeez.
different approach on that, and they haven't gone away, but they've really, really calmed down. I mean, matter of fact, I sent a dozen of my deputies to motocross school. We bought e-motocross bikes that go 70 miles an hour. You're not going to run from us. We're going to need to educate you, ride on these back trails where the kids are riding.
Can you
at.
put maneuver with that?
We did a little maneuver. I don't know what it's called, but it was a little bump and rub on a kid that was running from us.
I like a bump and row.
So again, we're trying to do. Again, I'm not a big fan of a 12-year-old child being
No.
pulled over by a cop. Going,
True. They got to
but
learn.
They got to learn. But again, it's an educational piece for us and an enforcement thing. I got a lot of heat last year going, hey, this starts in the home. Well, I'm going to remind you again, and you can say what you want to, saying, Sheriff, our job is not babysitting. It's not babysitting.
That's
I'll say
true.
it again and again.
Yeah.
But we were there for you and your families. But your job as a parent or guardian
To
or
be a parent. Say
be-
no.
Yeah, what's that word again?
No.
Oh, God bless. I don't even know what that means. I don't know how to spell it. Yeah,
But
I'd fail in Scrabble if I had to spell that.
I also want to talk about Fight Night coming up.
Yes, Chrissy Pageant, man.
Big time,
Yeah.
big moment, and it's
Yes.
a big fundraiser too.
It's a huge fundraiser. Last year, we started this thing about 2 years ago. Of course, I'm a big boxer. I've always liked to fight and roll, and just as I get older now, as I get over the 50s, I'm like, don't touch me. Don't touch me
You're like,
anymore.
it hurts now.
Yeah, I had to pay some bills up in Fort Bragg, and they used to have some tough, I don't even know about it. It was my drinking days. I
It'll
was
be in the book.
I was a monster. But anyways,
The memoir of the sheriff of the land.
everybody says, Kendall,
Sheriff Rob Hardwick, lifetime experience right here. It's a lifetime movie.
Yes.
Oh,
that'd be
God, I'm
great.
so blessed
If there
in
was
life.
an actor, who would play you?
oh, God. Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. That's
Think about that. Next time you
Okay.
come on, you have to have the answer.
I got you.
But anyway, go back to Fight Night.
Back to Fight Night. Last year, the first year we did in Catalina's gym, you remember this, Davey, we tried to partner up, of course, with Pete Melfi and his show out there, but they drank all day long. Like, okay, maybe stay out of our gym. This is a kid-friendly
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
So we tried it that night. Chrissy Pageant, I recruited her when she was actually a kickboxer by trade when she was a police officer for me. And then she became a boxer, and she basically, she was phenomenal up at Guns and Hoses in Jacksonville. And then, of course, she married her beautiful wife and got, settled down a little bit. And then she decided to go ahead and be a program manager. So I said, let's go ahead and do this thing ourselves. So, again, Catalina's year one. Last year at the AMP, it was phenomenal. Of course, it was us. And I say us, it's not just police officers or law enforcement. It's
The fire people.
Well, no, in my state, I got HR people in there.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
risk people.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, I got
Oh, I bet
detectives in there.
HR people will take someone out.
Our females are
Pent-up
no
anger.
joke. So last year, as you know, Kendall's Diamond of Dreams project that she's done for special needs communities, she was raising money. It all went to her last year, around $30,000.
That's
think.
amazing.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she'll tell you. And then this year, Chrissy Pageant, once again, I just moved her to the office of the sheriff, so she's now working directly for me. But she's running Fight Night once again. This year we're going to split the money between Kendall's Diamond and Dreams, and then also to Law Enforcement Florida Special Olympics.
Oh, cool.
Torch Run.
Love that.
Very,
So
very cool.
We'll split the money. It's good. They go hand in hand. So yes,
Absolutely.
I believe it's February 25th. I think
Yep,
it's that
yep.
Thursday.
We're
we have our-
going.
we have our weigh-in the night before.
Nice.
What about y'all broadcasting live?
Oh, we would love
we would
it.
love to.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you do it?
That would be so fun.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Let's
God, can
do
we
it.
do the weigh-in too?
You can do whatever you want. That's
Yeah.
the night before. The location is very secret. Ring Power is sponsoring it at Ring Power. Shut
up.
So yeah,
That
so-
is such a really cool space
Oh,
that nobody
my
knows
God.
about.
Yes.
Oh, I got a private
So-
tour. It is such a cool
yes.
spot.
Wait, so we're going to do it live. Do we get to wear boxing gear?
So weigh-in night is the night before
Okay.
at Ring Power. Caterpillar and Ring Power. David Albin and Rainy Ringhaver are sponsoring us.
This is so cool.
Yes, yes.
I love this
And then
change.
the amp once again the night after, and Chrissy's pushing for. Looks like our females are undefeated, by the way. So we'll be kind of quiet
Yes.
about that. We did try to warn the other gyms that our females are going to punch you in the face on time one. Not everybody understood
Like
that
TKO.
philosophy. I'm telling you. And if you watch every one of our fights, our females come out and nail you one time to wake you up.
Shut
there.
up.
Yeah.
Yes, our women are amazing.
I want to learn. Okay,
our guys
so
are too, but our women are
I
amazing.
feel like I need to learn. Like I think I know how to punch, but I feel like I need someone to teach me. So maybe we can do
Chrissy
a segment
Pageant.
where she comes on the show
Yes.
and teaches me like.
Yeah, we can do that. We
Listen,
definitely
Chrissy,
we're
Because I'm an
slated,
angry
yeah.
Italian. I mean, I think if I learned how to actually fight, I could totally TKO someone.
You can be angry all you want to, but Chrissy Pageant's a redneck, and
I
she
love
will
it.
Oh,
knock
that's
you
what I
out.
need.
You go for it.
She is. I love it.
Teach
our,
me.
Our female fighters. I mean, our males are just studs, but I mean, our female fighters, the best women. I mean, they're undefeated last year. They are so. They're just great kids and young people. So super excited. So yeah,
Oh my
February
God.
25th.
gonna
Come
be
on
great.
out. Come on. The tickets are on sale right now. Of course, most of that money goes right back to our community because the AMP has been so gracious. You know, Gabe Pellissier has been so gracious in donating a lot of things that they can based on their board. But and all that money goes right back to our.
I love that.
Oh, we're
Our
going.
I love that.
All right, so Sheriff, here we
Awesome.
go.
Yes.
I like to play games. Do you like to play games?
Of course.
This is a rapid fire, so you can't think. You just got to answer, and they're very serious questions. You
Got it.
ready? Pizza or tacos?
Pizza,
Coffee or sweet tea?
coffee,
Beach day or fishing day?
fishing,
Burgers or barbecue?
barbecue,
Oh, early bird, night owl.
early bird,
Movies or live sports?
live sports,
Chocolate or vanilla?
vanilla,
Texting or calling?
neither.
Oh, so you're FaceTime. Okay, got it.
Yeah. No, FaceTime is face to face. Yes.
Salty snacks or sweet snacks?
Sweet.
Classic rock or country?
Country.
Oh, of course I knew it. Bagels or donuts?
Bagels.
Ah.
Good
I'm a
Board
cop.
games or video games?
Bored.
Rainy day or sunny day?
Both.
Okay, I love a rainy day.
Okay,
yeah.
you heard it here first. That is breaking news. Breaking news.
Make sure you ask Kendall when she comes in.
Oh,
Right?
I
We'll
will.
definitely- We do a rapid fire with
Oh,
everybody.
I
yeah.
love it.
It's so fun.
Because she's a thinker, man. She's like, oh, Rob's going to trap me. I'm like, no, I'm not. Do
No,
your
well, here's
own.
the thing. I like to do real breaking hard news.
Yeah,
So
I
love it.
rapid
That was
fire
really
it
good.
is.
Very good.
Well, Sheriff Hardwick, thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, I
This is
appreciate you, my friend.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know you're going to the Ron Parker Memorial Celebration, or well, not celebration, but it's like what
Sure,
is it
it really
today?
is. It's a celebration of life. You know, Ron Parker, of course, died back in the 1970s on this day, actually, in January 12th, right there where Embassy Suites is at right now.
Yeah.
Horrific situation where DeShirley actually shot and killed him. Ron was going to actually help him, you know, because he was stuck or changing a tire or
It's
something
really
like
a
that.
sad story.
Yeah. So just a great day. Brenda Parker has been just an advocate for citizens, of course, our concerns of police survivors since that day. So today's a special day, but it's really a celebration because we all get to see each other because of Ron Parker. You know, this county, this community went to vests, body armor because of Ron's sacrifice, and things changed because of him. You know, radio procedures and how we did things. So God bless him and his family, and I've been very, very close to them. Of course, I was a baby back then, but it's honestly changed my life with my relationship with Brenda Parker. So special day. We keep bumping it backwards. I'm not sure. I was a chief over there. We had it when it was warm.
Right.
Dan's got it back at 10 o'clock this morning. I'm like, Danny, buddy, it's a little chilly outside. Yeah, we're Floridians,
It's
buddy.
cold.
I
It's
know.
chilly.
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
So good. Well, thank you again for your
Thank
time.
Thank you so much.
And
yeah.
we will see you next month, which is so amazing. And folks, we're going to take a quick break with Maritime Creative and Flashes and Brilliance.
Maritime vibe check.
Fresh version.
When the lights come on and the magic begins,
There's a crew behind the scenes that always wins.
Maritime creative. They set the stage.
From sound to lights to video waves.
Big show, small space, doesn't matter a bit.
They show up, they glow up, they make it all lit.
No panic, no chaos, just smooth, clean flow.
They take a wild idea and make it glow.
Need a vibe, they build it.
Have a dream, they get it.
From spark to spotlight, they never forget it.
I trust them, I love them, they come on through.
Maritime creative, that's the real stuff, boo.
So if you want your moment to rise and shine,
Call the crew that always gets it right every time. It's Maritime. So we have book club coming up tomorrow night at Hillary's Chicago Pizza, and I want to give a big shout because Hillary came up with the idea. She sent me a text yesterday, and she was like, "Hey, I know you know Ann Colby, the writer of our book club. She wrote Wicked St. Augustine. Remember this lady that came on the show?
Oh my God, yes, amazing.
So I shot Ann a message, and she is going to be at book club tomorrow night.
You guys, she is like so amazing.
Yes, she is such a great lady, and her husband's going to be there too.
Yes.
She has to work, so she'll be there for the first half of our book club discussion, which is 5:30 at Hillary's Chicago Pizza. I just have to give a good plug on that. I'm pumped about this. Getting the author to come to a book club, not an easy feat. I'm very excited.
She's very fascinating, and she is the book.
Yeah.
Like all the things.
She is. Shout out to Blanche Altavilla.
I'm going to be Blanche when I grow
That's
up.
what I'm saying. It's a great story. All right, let's get into local stories. They got the Skillet Showdown. Remember I was talking about this earlier?
Yeah.
This happened in Satsuma. This is a scuffle gone wild. So grab a seat or maybe a pot holder because this story is hotter than a cast iron skillet in a pan in July on a porch. Yep. In Satsuma, what started as a simple argument over borrowed money spiraled into a full-blown neighborhood showdown that nobody ordered. Two women showed up at each other's houses demanding to be paid back. Voices were raised, accusations flew, and apparently somebody decided, you know what this situation needs? Drugs and cookware.
What?
Allegedly, there were crack pipes involved, and at some point, a woman picked up a cast iron skillet like she was auditioning for Iron Chef, Street Justice. 1 minute, it's money argument. The next minute, it's a frying pan or a weapon. Somebody got hurt, of course. Someone called the cops. Deputies arrived to find chaos, confusion, and at least one suspect allegedly holding both crack cocaine and a skillet of destiny. I don't make this up.
What?
Neighbors were left standing outside. Oh my God, just wondering what the heck's going on. Why is this Food Network felony edition going on right now?
Oh my God, some people throw hands. This one through housewares. That's what we called sauteed chaos.
Golly, right? Oh my God.
Oh my God, this was not a cooking show, but definitely brought the wrong pan to the party.
I mean, they were just reaching for
You guys, I
things. They got
can't.
crack pipes and
They said,
some...
you know, whatever's closest, I'm going to just launch it all.
Satsuma. What are we doing in
What's
Satsuma?
where even is that?
Do you need to drink
Like, how
more
do you
water?
get there?
I don't know.
Let's take Old Town Trolley to Satsuma.
No.
You want to?
I'm scared.
Ding, ding.
Sit back and relax and take it easy, baby, and let it go as Old Town Trolley's licensed and talented tour conductors share over 500 years of St. Augustine history. Guests will enjoy the city's European flavor, brick-lined streets, and sites such as the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel. This 90-minute tour features 22 stops and covers more than 100 points of interest. Guests can use their ticket all day for on- and off reboarding. You got to check out hometownpass.com. New year, same face? Absolutely not. St. Johns County and St. Augustine, it's time to put your best face forward with About Face Aesthetics. The Legends of Glow are back with their Friday facials featuring the new Fassage, their signature face massage that has locals buzzing.
And if you're ready to level up your skin game, listen closely. They've got prepaid trio packages. That's pure main character energy. These 3 high-level treatments are for a very special price. And if you want more, because of course you do, boo, load up on the Beauty Bank and score 20% off of prepaid packages, or go boldly with buy 2, get 1 free, because glow should never come alone. You gotta go check out this new year, a new glow, and some iconic faces at aboutface.guru. Book it today, boo. We'll see you there. Oh, I know Barbara Jean is beaming in comments right now because we had Sheriff Rob Hardwick in the studio. What a great chat. We had to film that a little bit earlier this morning so that he could get over to the Ron Parker Memorial, but that was a really special moment. And thanks, guys, for being so positive in comments, because he's a great leader, and we're honored to call him our sheriff. That's for sure.
And he also said that I could go on a ride-along.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to do that.
I think that's way more fun than the fight night idea. I think getting Mel on a ride-along with the sheriff.
Oh my God, that poor deputy.
I'll be so happy to be a part of that. That is.
I feel bad for the deputy he's going to put me with.
You're going to feel bad for this mermaid in duress.
Are we talking about Addie mermaids?
It's not a relation to Addie, but they are part of her tribe. It's a mermaid nonetheless. This is the pond, the deputy, and the mermaid that wouldn't leave. All right, Sonnies, this dives deep into the weird waters of humanity. In rural Louisiana, neighbors called the sheriff not because someone forgot to return a lawnmower, but because a woman was swimming naked in their pond. What? And she was refusing to leave. Deputies arrived to find 41-year-old Erin Elizabeth Sutton soaking wet and absolutely committed to her new identity. She told officers she was trying to be a mermaid.
Are we sure this is Louisiana, not Florida?
I'm loving this. She might be a transplant. Even after being gently coaxed out of the water and given a blanket because it was cold, things didn't calm down. As a deputy tried to get her inside to warm up, Sutton suddenly charged at him, resisted arrest, punched and kicked the officer, and even resisting when a taser had no effect. Wow, she's a tough lady. Sure. While being transported to the hospital, she allegedly threatened to to kill the deputies and EMTs. Not a good look. That's not a good mermaid. I'm not
more
saying
charges,
it.
girl.
A lot of people are saying this. She was later arrested on multiple charges, including resisting arrest with an officer with force, battery of an officer, public intimidation, and trespassing. This wasn't just a skinny dipping going wrong. It was a mythical, ambitious meeting, reality TV level chaos.
Oh my God, you guys. Behind the bizarre mermaid claim, this story highlights how situations involving trespassing, intoxication, and refusal to cooperate can quickly escalate into dangerous confrontations. I think she was definitely on something.
I am going to ask that if this Miss Sutton, is that...
no, she can't come on the show.
Oh, I was going to say if she would be open to...
No, she's not coming on the show.
She just reminds me a lot of Rachel. I don't know.
Rachel,
what were you doing over the weekend? Were you in Louisiana by chance?
She's probably sitting in jail.
Oh, she's probably sitting in jail.
You know, and Rachel loves when we do our accents.
Oh, I love that. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine if you were just sitting at home, looking at your bank account, kind of depressed, and then all of a sudden you get a message from the government saying, we owe you a lot of money?
Crypto.
Can you...
Is this crypto?
It is not crypto.
You owe us all the Bitcoins.
This is called the Great Iowa Treasure Hunt, and basically the universe lost and found desk for cash. Last year alone, it reunited people with over $33 million in forgotten money.
I lost $33 million.
So easily, right?
In Iowa.
Yeah. One woman literally rediscovered old McDonald's stock that she bought decades ago, and suddenly her past self came through with a whole Happy Meal miracle. Okay. Thousands of people got checks they weren't expecting. That's not a budget. That's a plot twist. Oh my God. Imagine finding money that you didn't know you had. That's a dream.
Oh my God. Well, so what I did one day, you can go on the tax collector's website here in St. Johns County and you put your name and stuff in, and it shows you if you have money from the city or the county. I had $320. This was like 6 months ago.
You need to show me this.
Yeah, I saw a commercial about it.
Because they owe me. A lot of money.
I saw a commercial about it.
How cool is this? Like, what would you do? What would you do
with $33 million?
Okay, like let's just say you got like a big chunk of change. What's like the one item? Like for me, it'd be a swimming pool. I want a swimming pool so bad.
Pay off the debts.
Okay, good for you. Good for you.
Basically, have just like electric bill and cell phones.
That's hot. That's hot.
And then I think I would have a big dinner party with like every restaurant chef in town that I really like. They would be like a battle for my approval of their food.
Like a battle of the chefs?
Yeah, and I would have my friends come and help me judge them.
Masters of Fire with Melanie.
Yes. Oh my God, we need to do that. I think that's a good fundraiser. Would you guys come?
No.
I'm asking the Sunnies because you have to go with me. We're always together. Sunnies, would you come if I did that and you got to eat at the foods I like? Let's see. They're saying yes. They all love it.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. So speaking of food, let's go with DJ Snack Pack.
Oh, yeah, this is your playlist. There's a chaotic facts? Or what are we doing
so
today?
we're doing song facts. Okay. So Manic Monday by the Bangles. Just another Manic Monday. Oh, whoa. I wish it was Sunday. Oh, whoa.
I love the Bangles back in the day.
Yeah, then you get the Sunday Scaries.
Oh.
All right, so Prince wrote this song under a fake name because he liked the challenge of creating hits anonymously.
I didn't know this.
I didn't either.
So this is what the Camille, remember we were learning about the names?
He didn't-
Ashim, what was the name that he used on this one?
She'll answer.
She
Ashim
will.
will know.
She will.
He
She'll
didn't
know.
want the attention, just the joy of watching a song live without his name attached.
Yeah.
All right. So, Africa by Toto.
Bless the rains
Down in Africa.
Oh, I love that song.
Here's the wild part. The songwriter had never been to Africa. The entire song was built from documentaries, late night TV, and imagination.
He said he read National Geographic just for the boobies.
That's it. Here we go. And one more, Single Ladies.
Okay.
Actually, I want to do Wham! Careless Whisper because I like that song better.
Okay, I'll have to remember Single Ladies for tomorrow.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty plea of got no rhythm. George Michael wrote the famous saxophone riff before the lyrics even existed.
Oh, wow.
The melody came first, the heartbreak followed later. That's why this song feels like it's longing before it even tells you why.
Oh, I love that. All right, now I'm going to get into Sunshine Shenanigans. The Tooth, The Train, and The Wedding from Hell. I'm really into this whole like rabbit hole of horrible weddings.
Yeah, what's happening?
I don't know, but I'm loving it. So, okay, so gather around.
Wait, we're gathering.
We're gather around, Sonnies, because this one is not for the faint of heart or anyone wearing white.
Oh.
It's a beautiful afternoon, the kind of sky that looks airbrushed and the string lights are twinkling like they were in a rom-com kind of wedding setting. This is so special.
Ashim said he was Christopher for that one.
Okay, thank you. The guests were seated, the music swelled, and then she appeared, the bride, floating toward the altar in a mermaid-style gown. Listen, Sonnies, anybody out there that knows a mermaid wedding dress is one of the hardest ones to move in, right? Mm-hmm. So it was glamorous. She looked like a walking OSHA violation. Now, so you can, so she's like literally sauntering to the aisle, trying to get there. So as she begins her grand walk down the aisle, she hits a tiny dip in the grass, a dip that no one noticed. And when she gets to the gravel, she
fell.
face plants head first. Literally knocking her tooth out.
Stop.
Not kidding you. It was a disaster. Blood going down the white gown, and she's literally looking like she was going to fight night. Seriously.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was such a disaster. So they get a bunch of napkins. They get some like makeup sponges to try to soak it up because this bride was determined to have her wedding that day. She did not care. She had to get through it. So as soon as she was literally up at the altar with all of this stuff.
Girl.
She got through it. They got married, and then during the reception, she had to go and get emergency dental surgery. Can you imagine if that was your wedding?
Oh my God, I would be like, no.
I got to tell you, they are still happily married, so that is at least the sunny side of the story.
Yes. All right, so here is our snack attack. This one comes from Dylan in Mill Creek. Why is my loaded nacho dip sad and soapy?
Oh,
Soaky.
Soapy? Oh, soaky.
Soaky.
Okay.
Mel, I made a 7-layer nacho dip from Delish, you know the website. They actually do have some good recipes.
Yep.
And it's just a soggy mess. The cheese slides into the beans and the tomato turn everything watery.
Oh, that's your problem right there.
I don't know why I'm...
It's
I don't
the
know if
tomatoes.
I'm doing it wrong or if this is a dumb recipe. Oh, no, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan. The recipe isn't dumb. You're dumping wet tomatoes on a dip that doesn't want to swim.
Right.
It's appetizer physics, buddy. So dice the tomatoes, then you pat them dry.
Yeah, you
okay.
gotta let them dry out a little
Yeah.
bit. Yep.
Layer the cheese last so it's on top.
Correct.
Add crunchy tortilla chips around the edge for structural integrity. If your dip looks like a leaky canal, you're not serving nachos. You're serving a swimming pool.
Oof, sounds like a bad date.
It sounds like something. I don't even know.
All right, Sonnies, take this with you today, okay? You don't have to earn your place or shrink your light to fit in, right? Walk curious, brave, and wildly yourself. Let your voice be heard and let your heart be seen and let your dreams take up the room. This year isn't something that happens to you. This is something you rise into. So go out there, glow boldly, and shine like you mean it.
Special thanks to the sheriff of all the land in St. Johns County, Sheriff Rob Hardwick, for keeping us safe, sound, and St. Johns County bound.
Ooh, I love that writing. God, who
Ooh,
writes these shows?
who
Amazing.
did that?
And don't go drifting off, because Mel and I will return at 3 o'clock for Afternoon Delight. We've got an Addie's Reddit rundown report that you're not going to
Oh
want to
my
miss.
God.
Plus, I got my memes and all the shenanigans and fun things. But who are these sponsors we need to shout out today?
The Bailey Group, happy birthday, Mark Bailey, All-American Air, Maritime Creative, Flashes and Brilliance.
Limelight Theater, Great Expectations Realty and Auction, and Old Town Trolley.
About Face, St. Augustine Pirate Museum.
Historical Colonial Tour Experience and Emma Concerts Association.
1039 Panache, the Capybara Cafe, and Ben & Jerry's.
We'll see you back at 3, Sonnies.
Bye, guys.